I just want to just talk. It's not stopped, it's on pause, and I'm going to be very specific here. So, Leeds gang, listen closely. Okay, and we're back. We are back, guys. Hello. Yes, I'm here. You're seeing me, you're hearing me. Don't worry, I've gone nowhere. How are you doing, guys? I hope you guys are good. And welcome back to the Ricky2ra podcast, episode 52. Yes, we're here. You guys are here. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that you've taken your time out to listen to me or watch me. So that's first and foremost. Yes, I hope you guys are keeping safe. And yeah, that's basically what I've got to say for my intro, really, because this episode really is just a freestyle episode. I've got no notes, nothing, and I just want to just talk. That's the thing that I like about the podcast, and I know I've mentioned this in the past millions of times, but I can just be like, just talk. Like, if I need to talk, I can talk. Like, I know sometimes I have topics that I talk about, but if something pops in my mind, like, I can just say it, and I'm not afraid to say it. Like, we're real on this podcast, you know. And if you've listened to my previous podcast episodes and stuff like that, especially when I've done the 4-topic ones, you know that I do talk about stuff. You know, we be truthful on this podcast. That's the main thing. We tell the truth on this. We don't lie. So yeah, I just want to get that out of the way first. So yeah, I had to do my blinds this morning in my room because it's actually sunny outside today. That's right, I didn't forget Weatherman Rick. I don't even know if my actual LED light makes a difference anymore because it's quite light on a morning now. Shout outs to everybody that watches on YouTube that have been through the early mornings where it's been dark and the LED lights help me, but I don't think I actually need it anymore. Like, if you're watching on YouTube, like, you can see the reflection from my wardrobe window, like, from my light, but I don't know if it makes any difference. But yeah, I had to do my blinds because without my blinds you would have only seen like one side of my face. Like, I had a huge shadow on the other side of my face, so I had to do that. But otherwise it's pretty sunny out there. I think it's cold, like yeah, but otherwise it's clear blue skies, man. Like, for real. Yeah, it's pretty weird because we had a nice week last week, Monday, Tuesday, and then all of a sudden, I know, like, Leeds where I am, like, it tried to snow yesterday. So that's proper British weather for you, for people that do not live in the UK. If people ask you what's the UK weather like, just be like, don't know, mate. Because it can be sunny one day and it will snow later that night, so who knows. But yeah, I just want to talk to you guys. If I'm being for real, like, really honest with you guys, I do not know how long this episode is going to be. This episode could legit be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't think it'd go over 30 minutes, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, I'm here. So let's just talk. Right, we're here, 7:53, Wednesday, the 7th of April. I hope you guys have had a good Easter as well, a nice Easter. I know that you can meet up with, well, in the UK, you can meet up with other households, inside or outside, something like that. So I hope you guys have been seeing other people. That sounds so weird to say, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I hope you guys have been, you know, keeping yourself busy and productive during these times still, because it's just weird, man. Like, I've been thinking, like, for the past week or so, like, you know what, I can't actually go to Nando's, you know. Like, it's really weird. It gets you thinking. Like, the first 2 lockdowns I were calm, you know. And then it's this third lockdown, if you call it a lockdown, I don't know what to call it anymore, but you guys know what I mean in the UK. Like, I just think, like, yo, I legit can't go to Nando's, you know, like, everything's still closed. Like, it's weird. Like, if you guys are watching on YouTube, like, I'm not doing bad with the hair now. That's why I haven't really said it as much. Like compared to the first lockdown podcast episodes that I did, from like episode 1 to, I don't know, 15 or something like that, 20. I kept talking about my hair and the barbers being open, but it's just like I've been there and I've done that, and it's like I'm calm with it. Like this hair's, I don't know, like I got my hair cut on New Year's Eve, so I got my hair cut at the end of 2020, so this is about nearly 4 months worth of hair growth. But it's just like being there, done that, so when the barber's open, which is next week, like I'm there, like there's nothing really to talk about that anymore. Whereas if something was happening for the first time, especially for me, I'd talk about it. I'd be like, yo, like for real, like yo. But yeah, it just going back to the Nando's thing, it just made me think like, yo, I legit can't go anywhere, you know. Like, yo, I can take a stroll in the park or something like that, but I know if you haven't heard my other episodes, I talk about the Magic Circle. I know it's like episode 5, Bradford Magic Circle and stuff. Like, I usually go there once a month, and it's like, rah, I can't even go there. Like, what's the date? 7th. So I would have gone there on the 2nd of April if COVID wasn't here. Like, legit, everything would have been normal, but it's just like, what can you do, man? So it just gets you thinking. I don't know if you guys had a similar experience with thoughts. I don't know, but that's just me. Like it just randomly popped in my head, and I was just like, "Yo, I legit can't go anywhere. Like, where can I go?" So, but yeah, the shop keeps me busy, really, and it's nice to talk to different people. Like shout out to Retail Gang, and shout out to all the key workers out there as well. And shout outs to everybody, really. We're doing a lot of shout outs this episode. I told you we're just going with the flow in this episode. But yeah, shout outs, man, because it is hard staying at the same place for over a year now. So yeah, just talking to different people, you know, FaceTime, Zoom, whatever that, you know, gets you sociable. Would I say sociable? I don't know. Talking to other people, I guess. It makes a big difference, and you don't really realize how talking to different people really affects like your mental health and stuff. Just talking, like this podcast is like me talking to you guys, really. Like I don't know, like it's just something that I can just share my thoughts and stuff off, and that's basically it. I wanted just to tell you for this podcast, like I just wanted to tell you like my experiences, stuff that I've been through, stuff that I'm going through, stuff that, you know, goals that I have for the future, which you guys know, which I've shared. I don't know the episode number, but it's called The Process. So yeah, just stuff like that. And like I said, I nearly say this in every episode, like the podcast's evolving. Like I'm just sharing like a few bits. Maybe if I properly like jot my ideas down again, I can probably tell you a few more stories of stuff, like magic stories and stuff, which maybe hopefully will be in future episodes. And I know I said I had a big topic from last week's episode. Once I jot all the ideas down for that and my notes, because I really want to, this is that topic from last week that I cut last minute. It's a big topic, and it only hits a certain type of audience or person or people or group, and I know that doesn't make that much sense because I'm saying it very briefly, but once I get my notes together, it will make a lot of sense once I get the episode recorded and stuff. When that episode will be, I don't know, because I'm taking like a bigger role now in the shop for a period of time. I don't want to get too much into it because you guys, if you guys follow me, you know that I haven't been on socials as much lately. I don't think I've posted anything for a while, and you guys know that I'm proper like passionate and stuff about creating, whether that be magic, the podcast episodes, sweet review vlogs and stuff. So I've had to just pause them for a little bit, not stop, pause them, because I'm in the shop just a little bit more until further notice, really. And like I said last episode, if you haven't listened to the end of last episode, I would go back to there. It's the last topic I talk about and I explain all that. But yeah, the vlogs have paused for a second, so that's why you haven't seen no recent vlogs from me recently. I've got so much love for this. Well, let me go back to the vlog episode actually. The reason why the vlogs pause is because if I do vlog, which I can, like, it's not an excuse, I can vlog, the editing will take me just a little bit longer, and I don't think I've got that time that I used to do to edit up my vlogs and stuff. So maybe that is an excuse in itself. Maybe I can just record like 2 or 3 things and quickly put them together and upload it to YouTube, but it won't be as good as my other vlogs. But hey, maybe this is just me arguing with myself now. I'll have a think about that, but that's just for the meantime. That's on pause. The podcast episode is probably one of the best decisions that I've made, really, from last year as well, because the podcast episodes, I literally just record it, upload it straight to Anchor, which I'm going to do right after this, and then I'm going to just edit it. Literally, it doesn't take me long to edit as well. The only long thing about the podcast is that if it's like a 20 to 30 minute episode, it takes a little bit longer to render and a little bit longer to upload on YouTube. But otherwise it's calm. Like, it's probably one of my favourite things to edit because there's not much to edit. I just stick the watermark, which will be somewhere in this corner for YouTube, and I just put the highlight stuff in the beginning of the episode with a bit of Batman v Superman look. That's the look that I use for the beginning, if you don't know. And yeah, that's it. I just upload it. I wait till it takes about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on the size of the file and episode. But otherwise, yeah, it's my favourite thing. The sweet review is a question mark because it's not stopped, it's on pause, but I'm in the shop a little bit more now, so it makes sense actually to record more sweet review episodes because I've only done 2. So maybe when I close the shop one day, I might do like a quick 15 minute episode on something. So yeah, depending on if I can find something cool, because I just don't want to review just like a Cadbury's chocolate bar because it's not interesting. So yeah, that's the current situation at the moment. Why I haven't been, and shout outs to all you guys that listen to the podcast, because I know quite a few people follow me and don't listen to the podcast, which isn't a problem at all. But if you guys want to know just a bit of extra context, the podcast episodes is where it's at the moment, really, and it gets you guys to know a little bit about me, and it gets me to know a little bit about who's listening as well, because I really appreciate the messages that have come on, especially early on as well, in the podcast episodes, especially like podcast episodes 1 to 10. I got a few messages, good positive messages as well about the podcast, and along the way I've got criticism, good criticism by the way, of how to improve it, which is why we're at this moment in time now. And yeah, just messages, just like I appreciate people that comment on YouTube and DM me, because I know it's hard. Like, I want to talk about this because I've got an issue doing this as well. Like, I think it's a lot easier messaging people that you don't really know. Like, I don't know if that's just me or if that's with you guys as well. Like, I told you this is a whole freestyle episode, so I'm just like, this is at the top of my head. So if this is a random episode, you're bang on, you're spot on there. This is a random episode. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I feel like it's easier to message someone that you don't really know, rather than messaging someone that you do know, or who's like a friend of a friend, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you do know them, but you don't know them. Do you know what I mean? Like pre-COVID, like, yeah, you're at an event and you've seen them. Like, maybe you've locked eyes now and again. do you know, like at an event, or you just passing, do you know, one of them random people where it's just like wherever you are, they are, but it's not like you know them, but like your friend's a mutual friend. Like, I find it hard, like, if I want to, do you know what I mean? Like, if they're an expert in something and I want to know, like, maybe it's just something that I need to do, but do you guys know what I'm saying, right? But rather than, like, if it's somebody that you don't even know, but, like, you follow them, and it's like, yeah, it's calm, innit? And then you just DM them, like, yo, I've got a question about this, could you help me? Or, so I just feel like it's a lot easier, and I feel like it's something just to get your mind over as well, because it's something that I'm still learning. That's why I'm talking about it, because it's like, I don't know. I feel like if it's people that you know, you feel a bit uncomfortable or something. I don't know. It's just something that's on top of my head. This is such a random episode, man. Shout outs if you've still stuck 15 minutes into this episode, man. But yeah, if you guys know what I mean, like, that's just how I see it at the moment. But maybe people aren't like that. Maybe people just message everybody that they know, like that's a mutual friend and stuff like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a thought in my mind. Shall I call this the thoughts episode or something like that? Because I remember I did like a test episode with the mic. I might call this the thoughts episode, because there's just so many topics in this episode that I'm going to talk about, and I don't even know what it is. But yeah, it's weird, man. Like, Instagram and stuff like that is, I've talked about this as well, but I might mention it again. But it's just like stuff like seeing other people, especially on like Instagram and social platforms, like going back to the DM thing, like you can, maybe it might be more easier to DM people that you don't know, but people that you do know, or like people that you follow. Let's make it people that you follow, like celebrity-wise, or just other people-wise, or people that you see in your Explore page and stuff like that on Instagram. It's like, and I was watching a video on this, actually. I can't even remember who it was, or it might have been a TikTok video when I was scrolling through TikTok. But it's like people that you see on social media, like, that isn't really like 100% them. Like, especially like a photo as well, like it could be an edited photo, and stuff like that, like, and it's not them. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are like want to be that on that photo, when that photo's not even real. Like, that photo doesn't really exist. Like, everybody wants the perfect photo, but what makes you is you. If that makes any sense at all. Like, that's why I'm trying to make my content, and I know my content's on pause at this moment in time, well, some of it, but like, that's why I want to try and make my content as authentic as possible. Yes, I do upload photos, especially on Instagram, that are edited. There's nothing wrong with editing your photos. That's not the point that I'm trying to get across. The point that I'm trying to get across is like trying to put out a fake perspective out there, like a fake, so it's something that's not you, but you think that's cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a cool edited photo with like fire and, you know, stuff like that. But what I'm saying is like flexing and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, them ones where people like have rent a car for an Instagram video and stuff. Like, I'm not about that life, man. Watching a Future Magic video when I rent out a Ferrari at the back. Oh, man. But yeah, it's stuff like, just like kind of make, that's stuff with me. Like, I'm trying to make the content as genuine as possible. Especially with like these podcast episodes. Like, if you guys haven't noticed, like, I don't cut anything out of these episodes. Like, if I mess up on this episode, I mess up. I won't edit it out. Like, if I'm here and I'm sat here just quiet for 5 minutes thinking about what to say, like, I probably will not cut that out. I will just say some like I'll record something at the front of the episode saying I'm quiet for like 5 minutes in this, so just skip it, because this is what makes the podcast really. And I've never edited really anything. The only thing that I've edited is probably just the start, from where I click the record button, and where I end the video, where I go back to my camera and click it. That's the only thing. So that's probably about 2 seconds at the beginning and 2 seconds at the end. And then like when my camera hits 29 minutes, I have to turn it back on because it shuts off automatically. So that's the only time really. But otherwise, this is me really. What you're hearing, this is like 100% me. I'm not like scripting anything. Like I haven't got anything in front of me today. This is just me, and obviously you guys know that I have my notes just so I don't get off topic, but otherwise it's not like a full like actor's sheet of paper here in front of me. So yeah, this is like 100% me. Oh, so here's a question. April the 12th, which is in 5 days. 5 days. I think it's like restaurants and stuff are opening and stuff. What are you doing first? Like picture this. It's April 12th, right? I don't know when you're listening to this, but we're on April the 7th right now. So April the 12th, right? What are you doing first? This is like a cool thing to ask, because I'm quite interested, because I think I might go to a restaurant. I legit might. I know that like restaurants can open from the outside, like outdoor and stuff. I think that is that the case, or is that on April the 12th where they can only open outdoors? I can't remember. But anyway, let's just keep this very simple. Are you going to a restaurant? Are you going to the pub? Are you going to the cinemas? Because the cinema's quite tempting as well, you see. The last time I went to a cinema was, and I'm going to be very specific here, so Leeds gang, listen closely. The last time I went to see a movie was 2019. It was July. It was Spider-Man Far From Home. Let me get the place right, because White Rose, the Cineworld behind White Rose. That's it. Leeds gang, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that's the last time Spider-Man Far From Home. So that's July 2019. So that's literally nearly 2 years that I've been to a cinema. Like, I don't know what your guys' last movie that you watched. Yeah. Yo, 2019 was a good year, man. Legit, like, I watched a couple of months before that, or 2 or 3 months before that, I watched Avengers Endgame on like, not the first night, the second night, and that cinema vibe was just crazy, man. Yeah, I miss stuff like that. Like, I love the cinema. Like, the cinemas, I don't know about you guys, but the cinema's just like, it's the high point, man. Like, especially when you just go in and it's just like that smell of popcorn and stuff, it's just like you can't beat it. And probably, like, I don't know if like the age range of this podcast, but I don't think it's this age range, but like below 20 maybe, I don't know. But if you remember Blockbusters, like renting out a DVD, like walking down like that, and that smelling oh yo, those were the times. I can't even get my words out. Those were the times, man, for Blockbuster, man. Who remembers Blockbuster? Come on, we all do. Yeah. Oh, man. So yeah, I hope you guys understand my situation and stuff with the shop. It's just on pause for now, not forever. You know, I was on a good roll, especially with that, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna put out content. Like when I am gonna put out content, but it probably won't be like any magicy stuff at this moment of time. It might be some cardistry stuff. Maybe it might be some magicy stuff. Maybe I've changed my mind now. But you won't really see me as much on the socials just for now. But I will try my best to put some stuff out as I can. promoting wise, that's in the same category as the others. I might, if I can push it all out. But for now, I've got love for the podcast, and it might change the dates of the podcast in the next week, so just bear with me as well on stuff like that, because I'm recording this on the Wednesday morning. It might move to an evening, maybe on a Monday or a Tuesday. I don't know yet, because I'm still working stuff out. I'm trying to balance the shop a lot more with my stuff as well, so you just got to bear with me for the moment until further notice, until I can get some sort of routine in place, and then once we go kind of back to normal, or kind of like shifting towards, I can do a bit more creating again. You guys will know. But yeah, you know what? We're nearly 25 minutes into this podcast episode. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I know this has been a pretty random episode, really. We've talked about a few topics here. And if you made it this far, pat yourselves on the back for making it this far. I will see you guys sometime next week. So I hope you guys stay safe and don't go too crazy on April the 12th. And to everyone out there, you know what I mean, like barber life, hairdresser life, you know what I'm saying. And yeah, so this has been me, Ricky2ra. I'll see you guys next week. So have a great day or night wherever you are.